please make some noise for Jimmy Tingle.
Jimmy Tingle is a popular stand-up comic often featured on top news and comedy shows in the United States. But he likes to make people laugh no matter where he is. Like in the lobby of this New York hotel.
I've been thinking of ways to use windmills to create alternative energy. Here's my idea. You know the traffic lights? Get a little windmill on every traffic light in America to generate the power to run the lights. Red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green. Of course, the critics attack my ideas. But Jim, what happens if one day the wind doesn't blow? I try to tell them, you don't have to stop.
Tingle says he wants his humor to make people stop and think about important issues facing the country. Which issues?
I usually talk about things that I care about. And it's got to motivate me to think about it enough to come up with something funny about it.
Harry Reid, the best friend illegals have ever had.
One thing Tingle cares about is elections. He says television ads that attack political opponents could make anyone look bad.
You got that grainy black and white footage, the ominous voiceover. He gives comfort to illegal aliens. Has defended accused criminals. At a time of rising terror, he opposes war. At a time of rising crime, he opposes the death penalty. He wants to use your hard-earned tax dollars to, quote, feed the hungry, house the homeless, and heal the sick. Jesus Christ, soft on crime, tax and spend, bleeding heart, liberal.
Another issue on Tingle's mind is energy conservation. He goes out onto Lexington Avenue in New York to propose that Chinese rickshaws be a mode of transport in American cities.
Why can't we do that here? And when I ask people, they say to me, Jim, where are we going to get Americans to run through the streets pulling other Americans? I try to tell them, joggers, joggers.
Tingle belongs to a cast of comedians who make fun of politics and politicians. And they're becoming so popular that both politicians and the public take them seriously.
Wow. Join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Barack Obama.
Comedy host Jon Stewart recently got President Barack Obama to appear on his show, and fans from across the country came to Washington for a rally led by Stewart and fellow comedy host Stephen Colbert. Critics say these comedians are feeding public cynicism about the political process, but supporters say they get people interested in the issues.
Candidate for the degree of Master in Public Administration, James Tingle.
Tingle's interest in politics led him to study at one of the most prestigious schools for public administration, Harvard University's Kennedy School. Last spring, he got his degree and gave the commencement speech.
Woody Allen had a great line. He says, as a filmmaker, he said, if I make people laugh, that's great. If I make them laugh and think, that's really, really great. He said, but if I just make them think, I'm in trouble, right? Windmills in the breakdown lane on the highway.
Jerome Sokolovsky, VOA News, New York.